What is up, guys? It's your boy Rick Kakis, and today we have a brand new Xur location and inventory review for the weekend of November 10th to the 13th, and so let's get started. Now, first things first, Xur is going to be located in the Tower Hangar. Alright, let's take a look at what he has. Firstly, for exotics, we have the Jade Rabbit. Has been a force in PvP sometimes. Then we have the Ophidia Spade, giving you 2 knives, 66 with a little bit of a strength spike. Not the worst, but this exotic doesn't see a ton of play. Then we have the Insurmountable Skull Fort, very fun exotic, but not the best role, really centering around recovery here. Then we have the Stag, not too spiky whatsoever with that role. Now, I'm going to make sure to spend my legendary shards before they depreciate next season. Helmet Save 14, not bad. Now let's check the weaponry. A Eye of the Storm, Swashbuckler, Disparity. Well, certainly Eye of the Storm is actually not bad in PvP, and we do have accurized rounds as well. And Arrowhead Break for the recoil. Really not a terrible roll here, to be honest. Remember, even though this is from a few seasons ago, you can actually buy this from Xur, and then you can use a Deep Sight Harmonizer on this to get progression towards crafting it. It might take a while, but it is possible. Then we have a Tears of Contrition here. Explosive payload, very good for a scout rifle. Well-rounded, really isn't that good. And then accurized, I'm going to say no thank you. Zen Moment, Sympathetic Arsenal, absolutely no thank you. Hold on one second here. An auto-loading explosive personality is extremely good. This is a solar waveframe grenade launcher, and One for All is also extremely good. You've got Land Take as an origin trait. This is one of the best origin traits for PvE in the game, actually improving your damage resistance, for goodness sakes. High velocity rounds, this is a really, really good roll. This is an arguable god roll. I think it's up there with auto-loading Frenzy, because Frenzy can activate when you're not using it. Blast Radius on a waveframe I don't think actually does very much. But still, guys, if you don't have a good explosive personality, 100% pick this up. This is an extremely good weapon. Now, moving on from there, we have a Slide Shot Trench Barrel 7 Seraph, kind of in between the PvP and the PvE roles, so I'm going to say no. Then we've got a Threaded Needle with Clown Cartridge, which is very good, but multi-kill clip really isn't what you want for PvE. And then we have a Tarantula with Feeding Frenzy Kill Clip, kind of a wombo combo for perks, but really don't see where you're going to use that too much. Now, the Hawkmoon on the back does have Killing Wind, which certainly isn't bad. Final Blows give you a bonus range and mobility and handling, and Hammerforged Rifling to give you that pure plus 10 range with no downsides. However, I think I'd probably hold out for Hammerforged with either Opening Shot, Rangefinder, something like that, even Eye of the Storm, over Killing Wind. Those are all considered to be better, but not a terrible Hawkmoon, but not insane either. Now let's take a look at the armor here. It is the Lost Pacific set. Let's take a look at light.gg to see how rare this is. Alright, so this set was originally introduced in Vanilla Destiny 2 and was reintroduced as Armor 2.0 in Season 15, and it's fairly rare with only 34% of Guardians having access to it. Now, moving on from there, let's check the actual stats here. 65, thank goodness it's not a glitched armor set, with way too much mobility for a Titan, unfortunately. 67 with a ton of intellect here. Well, if you want to get your super back, this is actually a pretty good piece. Then we have 65, again, a little too much mobility. We do have a resilience spike, however, though, which certainly isn't bad. And then, oh my goodness, that is a huge strength spike. Unfortunately, again, too much mobility. But if you're looking to put together a melee focus build, heck, pick up these boots, right? And then pick up the Insurmountable Skull Fort, and you're halfway to a melee build right there, Anyways, let's move on to the Warlock and check those rolls. Alright, for the Warlock, let's check these gauntlets here. 63, really not too spiky. 65 with a massive recovery spike. Guys, this is an incredible armor piece for the Warlock. You really want recovery. As the Warlock, it's tied to your class ability, and 28 is kind of perfect because you masterwork it, and there's 30. That's 3 tiers of the stat right there in one armor piece. Very, very good piece right here. Then we've got a helmet with, again, a big amount of recovery, 20, and resilience and some other stats as well. This is a pretty darn good helmet. And then for the boots, a little spike here again, recovery, strength, too much mobility. However, let's move on to the Hunter. Alright, for the Hunter here, 64 with a big mobility spike, not too bad, lacking on resilience however. Then we have 67, massive amount of resilience, discipline, strength with a little bit of mobility as well. This is a very good piece. Like, to be honest, like 67, hitting that resilience, a little bit of mobility, like, this is really what you want for a lot of hunters out there. Like, this is a pretty good piece here. Then we have 65 here, lacking on the mobility and strength, but a decent spike in everything else. And then lastly, we've got, well, quite a big discipline spike followed up by mobility. This is a great pair of boots as well. Often, like, all 3 classes want 100 discipline if they can get it, just because grenades are so good. And then the backup being mobility, a little bit of resilience too. This is a very good pair of boots as well. So we have some good armor pieces for the Hunter especially, as well as the Warlock. I think the highlight is this is an arguable PvE God Roll explosive personality, and I do believe this is still the only solar waveframe in the game, again with one of the best origin traits out there. So guys, if you don't have an explosive personality, 100% get to Xur this weekend and pick this up. Guys, that is it for the video. Hope you enjoyed and found this informative. If you did, please remember to help me out by simply rating and especially sharing this video. If you guys want to see more Destiny 2 content similar to this, don't be afraid to slap that subscribe button. If you want to get in touch with me and keep up to date with the latest channel activity, the best way is to follow me on Twitter at RickCacus. That is linked in the description down below. Again, I hope you enjoyed the video, and as always, have a good day.